We are live. What up, what up, what up?
Right.
Welcome to another Madden Underground playoff experience. It's your boy Brian James, and I'm here with my guys B Guard, Snipes, and Philly Guy. What's good, fellas?
Was good.
Get into it.
Big time matchup between C Jack and Buns B. You guys got any favorites in this game?
Oh, absolutely. Buns B, hands down.
Oh my, he didn't pull any
Bunsby,
punches.
Bunsby made me look horrific in the game we played, and so I'm going to go with him, even though he just gave up a huge bomb to Jalen Waddle.
Yeah. I'm going Bunsby as well too. I talked about him yesterday. About him having the Chiefs here also. I think Bunsby's going to do a lot of work in this one here. But that was a big play right there just now. So let's see what happens with the rest of this game.
Definitely.
The number one thing that we're looking for is we're really looking to see how C Jack plays in these moments. We all know what he's been able to do in the regular season for the last couple of years, actually. But for whatever reason, he cannot get over the playoff hump. So Bunsby deserves to be favored in this game. And even though he gave up that big play, his ability to contain Mostert and stop C Jack from getting to the outside is really what's going to decide this game, in my opinion.
Indeed. I think the fact that Tyreek Hill, he's a guy over almost, I think if I'm not mistaken, almost 2,000 yards receiving. We're going to see a heavy load of him in this game also. It's going to be, even though I picked C Jack to win the game, I think it's still going to be a tough out. Not C Jack, I'm sorry, Buns B. I think it's going to be C Jack is going to be a tough out in this one here. He's already about to pretty much at least get a field goal out of this deal here, but let's see if we can get this first down first and foremost, and it looks like he does with no problem there. So first and goal now here at the 9-yard line. So I'm just so pumped about these playoffs, guys. I'm so pumped about these playoffs, man. That we got another game. We got a couple more games later on. Then PS5 starts also. We got so much going on, guys. So much.
Yeah.
Good. I need something to watch at work.
Absolutely.
Oh, you're going to get the best, man. When we looked at that PS5 schedule, we saw a lot of rematches, even from some of the game of the weeks that we featured on Madden Underground.
Yeah.
So now, we're going to see those games played, and it's going to be real time, and it's going to be for all the marbles.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Can't miss that, B-Guard. We got you. Don't worry about it.
So second.
And it looks like Bunsby, like when I played him, he's in a different defense. That 4-3-6-1 did kind of get killed in the most recent patch. And so it's interesting to see that Bunsby with this defense, as we see a touchdown to Gesicki, a nice high ball touchdown. C-Jack on the board early.
Very nice play right there. So this I think is what C-Jack is gonna have to continue to do, man. He's got to take advantage of. Just getting those big. When you get a big play like he got a few plays ago, you got to make sure you take advantage. I think 7 has to for C-Jack to win this game. If he gets plays like that, which he could do it a lot with this Dolphins team, I think he's going to have to, at the end of the day, just make sure that he continues to put 7 on the board. Not even just 3. He's got to put 7 on the board if he gets big plays like that.
Yeah, you're right, Snipes, because both of these offenses can score. There's no question about that. But that touchdown that we saw to Gesicki, a lot of people need to be paying attention to the ad catches because he's very capable of doing that. And on the Kansas City side, Travis Kelce is able to do the same. So Buns B has to know he can't give Gesicki those type of one-on-one matchups, especially in the end zone.
Yeah, 1st and 10 coming for Buns B. And he's going to run a read option, and Patrick Mahomes is going to get about 2 yards on the play. Now, curious to see, because QBs do fumble on this read option a lot. I'm wondering if Bunsby is on conservative as he just hits a quick streak to Juju Smith-Schuster.
Well, we did get a chance to see some playoff action. Kyler Murray was running a little bit of read option, running a little bit of QB draw, and we didn't see any fumbles from him. So be interesting to see if Mahomes is able to get loose.
I'm tell you what, I say it all the time on broadcast, and I typically do. When guys are running the ball like this with their quarterbacks, they're asking to lose the game, in my opinion. They fumble so much, but again, going back to B-Guard's point, about the read options, that's where I've been seeing a lot of the fumbles in multiple games, not just Madden Underground games, but multiple games. You see him with this here, and granted, he's holding on to the football right now. That's great, but this is not how you're going to win the game if you're Buns B. You're not going to win the game with a read option running this all game long.
Yeah, I feel like C-Jack has him scouted. Like, he's going to have to make some completions, which Buns B can pass. It's not that he can't pass. It's just I'm just curious to see, because his QB isn't really fumbling as much. I'm checking the stats right now to see the fumble statistics. And Patrick Mahomes has 4 fumbles on the year, which is pretty good, all things considering, as we see an incomplete pass to Kelsey. And we have an early 4th down, guys.
Yeah, he's probably going to have to go for it. I don't think there's any question about that. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, like 4th and 6, he's probably comfortable getting it. And right there, just a bad read. Bad read in double coverage. C-Jack gets the early stop. Is that going to be that's a huge momentum play for C-Jack, getting a stop and being up 7.
That's a big problem right now. And now C-Jack has an opportunity. Again, I just talked about it a second ago. Taking advantage of your opportunities. Here it is right now for C-Jack. Can he do it? And he's going to get Tyreek Hill with a TTC to the crib for the touchdown.
Touchdown. I got you.
Hey, I don't know. Does that even count, Snipes? You said to the crib. He was already in the crib. So
yeah, you saw what you saw there was match coverage from Bunsby, and Tyreek Hill is just too fast for any safety in the game for him to keep up with. Probably outside of Tariq Woolen of the Seahawks, for him to keep up and actually make a play on the ball. So that's an easy score for C-Jack. He's up early, 14-0.
Hey, you know what, guys? I'll tell you right now. I know most of the guys here in Madden Underground, 4th down. This is a hardcore league. You're going for it. Playoff time in situations like that, I think it's time that you kind of you get your defense involved and you punt the football out instead of giving up a quick 7 just like that. Because now you're down 14-0, and you really now have to truly focus. You got to put points on the board right here, right now. You can't mess up this time around, or you might find yourself out of this ball game.
Yeah, right there. Bunsby really is respecting C-Jack's defense, because when he saw C-Jack pitching this line, he went with the read option. But like you said, he's already down 14, so I think he's going to go back to opening up his offense and getting some easy completions so he can get some points on the board.
Yeah, and as we see our cameras for whatever reason, and we are going to the second quarter, 14-0 Kansas Dolphins over the Chiefs. What were you guys' thoughts in that first quarter? It seemed like it just flew by.
Oh, it did. It flew by, no doubt about it. It definitely flew by, but again, it's just all about taking your opportunities and rolling with it, and that's right now. That's what C-Jack is doing. Again, I picked Buns B to still win this game, but he's got to do something here right now.
Yeah, and from what it looks like C-Jack just wants to go for ad, or not. I'm sorry, Buns B wants to go for ad catches, and to me, I posted it in the chat the other day. Like, if that's what your passing game relies on, you are going to get exposed. And the reason being is it should be your crutch. It shouldn't be your leg. That's my whole point. Like, if nothing's open and you see a tall receiver one-on-one, okay, go ahead. But if that's the thing you're only looking for, that's where I feel you're going to get exposed. Yeah, players are too good for that.
Yeah, that's a good point. And we see him finally making some of those reads to the underneath routes. But it just really seems, like you said, that if Buns B is looking and scouting C-Jack, then he's a little concerned about some of that pressure. So I think he's starting to settle down a little bit and we see him get the completed pass to Pacheco, maybe he can get more into a rhythm. I think he was really concerned about maybe some of that pressure, but he seems to be moving the ball pretty well right now. And we know that he's not all about the ad catch. So we expect
Yeah.
to see some big things from him here on this drive.
Yeah, as we go for 1st and 10, Pacheco in motion, and he's going to go up top to Kelsey, wide open, touchdown, Kansas City.
Great job. Great job on that play right there, getting at the Travis Kelsey. The main stain of this squad right here, in my opinion, he's a guy that I think he's going to have to use a lot of. But, hey, 14-7 ball game here. Now let's see what the defense could do against this potent Miami offense. They look great in this in the first quarter. And now let's see what Miami could do again. And if the Chiefs could get a stop here, we definitely got a ball game here once again.
Yeah, I feel like C-Jack, 2 drives, 2 scores, gonna keep it going. Bunsby knows that he has to respect the speed of Tyreek Hill and also Jalen Waddle. He's got nobody slow out there. And so it's gonna be interesting to see how Bunsby reacts on defense as we see a run to the right, and he'll get maybe 2 yards on that play. It's gonna be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, you talk about that speed. I mean, Mostert is the third speedster that he has on the field out there. So a lot of respect is being given to the outside and those vertical routes. But I definitely think that Bunsby was anticipating getting blitzed, and we saw what happened when C-Jack did. So, the cover 4 threw him off a little bit. He started to adjust with some underneath routes. But C-Jack is going to have to continue to turn this into a shootout, because if he takes his foot off the gas pedal, then he might be in for a long game.
Yeah, as we see another rushing attempt by Mostert, and this is a big gain of 13 yards and a 1st down. I think Mostert was the leading rusher in Madden Underground with 2,098 yards and 27 touchdowns. So a lot of ground game to go with that exceptional speed at the wide receiver position.
Oh, indeed, and no doubt about that. Averaging over 7 yards a carry. He's a guy that he should be able to use him on a regular in this one. We're going to see a lot of these stretch plays, just getting to the outside. As you see another one there. Doesn't get a whole lot, but he's still positive for a 3-yard gain, but a 2nd and 7. But again, Raheem Mostert, obviously leading the team, they're leading the league in rushing. He's going to continue to use them. And in playoff football, that's going to be one of the integral parts of this offense, is being able to run the football and run it effectively. Now, we know in the patch, we've had moments in certain patches where, the run game just goes away. I think at this moment right now, where it's at right now, the running game is back. So I think we're going to see a lot more of the run in these playoffs.
Yeah, as we see another run to Mostert. Mostert breaks outside. He's going to get the 1st down, gain of about 11 or 12. I mean, great solid play by C-Jack. Really controlling the clock, chewing that clock down. And best case scenario is that you chew that clock down and you get a touchdown with not enough time for Bunsby to respond.
Yeah, and you're right. C-Jack is doing a really good job of running the football. And we know that Bunsby is respecting all that speed that you talked about out there. So he's not trying to give up any big plays. And that makes his defense a little bit predictable for C-Jack. And C-Jack is taking advantage of that, even though he didn't get any yards on that 1st down run.
Right. And it's going to be 2nd and 10 after a no gain. Bunsby finally stopping the run. And you see Bunsby going to that 4-3-6-1 to try and counteract the run game. We'll see how that goes for Bunsby, but I expect a lot more pressure being sent towards C-Jack, and we'll see how that goes. As he puts Hill in motion, going to have him block, going to hit this out route to Waddle, get about 9 yards, going to be short of the 1st. 3rd and inches coming up.
I kind of like the play right there. The only thing I don't like is I would have rather seen, somebody like Jalen Waddle over there on that side actually coming in to block. If he's going to have somebody block, I don't know if you use Tyreek Hill in that regard, because he is going to be pretty much your bread and butter on the offensive side. But again, great play nonetheless. And Raheem Mostert, once again, using the run game, getting another 1st down. He's looking great here so far, man. And if it continues the way he's going right now, man, we might see a Miami win here today.
Yeah, he's played perfect offensive football so far. Now, that can change by one little mistake.
Yes.
I don't know. I think C-Jack is a veteran. He's smart enough to know not to push it. He's got a guaranteed field goal. That's going to be 2 scores. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 2-minute warning at the 34-yard line of Bunsby. And I expect him to control the clock till the rest of the quarter, or at least make Bunsby use all his timeouts.
And I think
that's what we're looking at right here, right? Is he's back into that formation where we know that he can either run play action, a jet sweep, or he can hand the ball off on a stretch to Mostert. So you're right. This is a critical down and distance for Bunsby if he wants to try to get back into this game.
Yeah,
he's testing.
As you see a loss of 1 on the jet sweep, maybe should have cut it inside, but I'm not playing. I'm commentating. 2nd and 11, calling out all the audibles. Play clock is at 12:11. Messed up his camera right there. Play clock at 2. Yes, he is. He's going to call timeout on this.
Interesting.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes I notice when you do no huddle or you're making a lot of hot route adjustments and things like that, it'll lock up and freeze on you. So it's possible that's what happened there. I'm pretty sure C-Jack was not trying to call a timeout, but
he might have been trying to put that fullback in motion to go to the right side. Calls timeout instead of taking the 5 yards. I think that's a smart call if you have to take one or the other. Waddle in motion in this gun tight offset. Gonna run inside zone, and he's got some blocking up, and he's going to be close to the first, and they're gonna give it to him.
Wow.
1:10 left on the clock.
Hey, that's a great play right there, and he is really testing this middle of the pack rush defense here. I believe the Chiefs were 15th in the league as far as rushing defense, giving up over 1,300 yards rushing. So I think this is a team. He sees where the weakness is right now. He's focusing on that, and he's just driving downfield using a lot of clock. This is playoff football at its finest, people.
Yeah, I'm really curious as to why he's pinching the line. Like, we know he has Chris Jones, but C-Jack has not been attacking him on the inside. Maybe he wants to consider moving Chris Jones around, or maybe he wants to try another formation just to try to keep Mostert from getting to the edges.
So we see it's timeout by C-Jack with 24 seconds left. 2nd and 10 coming up. And I think he was banking on Bunsby to be using one of those timeouts. He has not yet. And so we'll see how that plays into these final plays of the first half. We see him back in that nickel defense against gun tight doubles. Motion him over, and he's going to get a jet pass to Waddle, Waddle is stuffed.
Great
timeout by Bunsby. 3rd and 13 coming up now. What do you think the play call should be? Should he run it and just guarantee himself the 3, or should he try to take a shot at the end zone?
This playoff football right here. Obviously, you could take a shot at the end zone, or, you know what I mean? And if it stays in bounds, you can call your timeout and even attempt to get one more playoff, maybe then attempt a field goal. But he might run the ball here. He's been playing great running the football, and there it is. He runs it, and he's going to take his points.
Yeah, I don't think he had a choice there. I think that's the smart play. We've seen some of these playoff games come down to decisions like that, and the best thing you can do is get that 2-score lead and know, yeah, okay, I got to stop him. He's getting the ball back at halftime, but at least I've got 2 scores on the board, guaranteed.
Yep.
And I didn't make a mistake
in
that situation.
2 scores and no real sign of stopping that run, and so I do like the call to be a little bit conservative. It is a 2-score game. Now, all you have to do is not give up a huge play to get him a field goal, or even worse, a touchdown. And so we're going to see what Bunsby does to try and get into at least field goal position. He does have 1 timeout left. You're going to see him in this empty quads, and C-Jack coming in to prevent. He's not going to even risk it. Going to man a line smartly just to make sure.
Yeah, he's got a lot of speed out there on defense. So I'm pretty sure he's not going to get beat over the top. So it's going to be important for Bunsby to make those type of reads. And, Kelsey's got to be his go-to here because he's got the height mismatch. And it may be his only option at this point because he does not match up speed-wise anywhere else on the field.
Can he kick it from this distance? I'm not sure because if he could, he's going to try it because I think that's really the only. I think that's really the only option you've got outside of just throwing an ag. This is this is at least a 60-yarder.
And we can't even see where the wind is at. So it depends on the wind, but he's not going to get it anyway.
He missed it. 1 second left though for C-Jack. So this could be a real play right here. We'll see what he does. Coming out in prevent as well for Buns B. And so he's going to run the ball, going to get about a good 15 yards. And that's going to take it into halftime. It is the Chiefs 17, the Dolphins 17, the Chiefs 7. And what do you guys think of that first half?
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this first half a lot.
Because C-Jack is showing us, and we talked about this earlier, you talked about how he has to prove that he's capable of getting over the hump. And right now, he's got at least half of a game behind him showing that he's ready to do that. So, we'll see what he can do to maintain that and finally get himself a playoff win.
Yeah. Now, if C-Jack gets the stop here, will the game be over in your guys' opinion?
I'm going to say it's over yet. I won't say it's over yet, but it's going to be damn close. I'm going to tell you that. Because we just have to look right now. Look, the Chiefs have to get something going here on this drive. A touchdown is needed here. He doesn't even need 3, and he might get something right here. That's a big play, and that is caught at the 21. Wow.
What a catch.
What a catch right there by Mecole Hardman. So, first and 10 now to 21. Like I just said, he needs a touchdown here, not a field goal. He needs a touchdown. He might get it here now, and I'm telling you, we're going to be in for a treat if a touchdown happens here for the rest of this game, in my opinion.
Yeah,
he's going to as he threw off the lineman, he did have somebody coming over the middle of the field, couldn't get the ball off in time. I think he wanted to hit his running back yet again, but didn't have the time to. So now he's coming out in this spread formation. Smith-Schuster, the one in motion. And it's going to be a read option, and Mahomes breaks a tackle. He is at the 10, the 5, and a touchdown.
Wow.
Buns B on the read option. The QB wrap, I should say. Touchdown, and that was very quick by Buns B.
Wow.
Yeah, very risky, too. We did see some of the defenders make contact, but Patrick Mahomes did not go down. And, let's face it, he scored in basically 51 seconds, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on C-Jack because he has to score touchdowns because getting a field goal in this situation isn't going to do anything if Buns B is going to be able to score that quickly to start off the second half.
Agreed. And I think right now, if you look at this right now, as fast as he scored, and obviously we're going to see a lot of running game here again by Miami. We're going to see a lot of the running game here with Mostert. If a stop happens here, then I think that C-Jack is starting to get a little shook in the situation. He's got to stay, especially now 17-14. I think he's got to stay a little bit more aggressive on offense here. And this is a great start right here. What we just talked about being aggressive, that's a great start right there, B-Guard.
Yes, it is. Now, I know he was going to be looking at that post, but he saw that multiple defenders was going to be guarding Tyreek Hill. Nobody was guarding Raheem Mostert, and he just dumped it off to Mostert. That's a great mature read by C-Jack, and he's going to throw it away because he's going to go deep. And Mostert was open in the flats yet again. If he's not going to guard those flats, you got to take those flats.
Mm-hmm.
So 2nd and 10, it looks like he's coming out in this gun tight formation. And as we hear a train in Philly's living room.
I'm a man of the people. What can I say?
I don't know if anybody was asking for trains, but nonetheless, he's going to throw it up to Gesicki, and he catches it in front of L'Jarius Sneed, gets the first.
Oh. That was close.
That was a risky throw.
That was risky. That was real risky right there. He may want to watch how much he does that against Buns B. That was a risky play right there.
Yeah,
we
but
see
nonetheless,
Buns
it's
being a
another
little bit more aggressive though. So
another first down. Mostert's going to go and get maybe 3 on this play. It's going to be 2nd and 7 after the stretch. 15 rushes, 69 yards for Raheem Mostert on the day.
yeah, and we haven't talked about it, but the last thing that C-Jack needs is for that Kansas City momentum meter to fill up, because I got to tell you, this is one of the hardest stadiums to win in when that momentum meter is on their side. So he's going to have to continue to run the ball, and it's 3rd and 3 on the 38. So hopefully he's going to be able to make this kick if he doesn't get this first down. But this is crucial at this stage of the game.
Mostert is going to be stopped short of the first down, 4th and 1. What is the call here?
Play action. I'm going play action. I'm going play action right here. You got Tyreek Hill. You got Jalen Waddle. I'm going play action here. Catch him off guard. See what you could do in the situation. Take it from there. I'm going play action here, though, on 4th and 1.
I'm going with that ace set under center.
If I'm C-Jack, I run the ball. If I'm C-Jack, I'm honest, because I don't know. I don't think he's going to be expecting it. He does have 5 in the middle of the line. He's blitzing, and he's got Tyreek Hill. And Tyreek Hill is gone. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill up the seam. Great play call from C-Jack. And that's going to make it a 10-point game yet again, pending the extra point.
That's huge. That was a huge touchdown right there. A huge touchdown. Didn't take anybody's advice here. But, hey, it worked out for him. He did get it to Tyreek Hill, his number 1 player. And, again, just a great job. Great play call there once again. Now a 10-point game. Great job again there by C-Jack.
Yep, and it's kickoff to the fullback, which usually happens against a competitive game. Kick it off to the fullback. Fullback's not likely to take it to the house like somebody in the backfield will be. But we got a 1st and 10. C-Jack going to a 4-3-6-1 look yet again. Mahomes barking out the orders, putting Pacheco in motion. He's going to throw it up to Kelsey, and Kelsey is at the 50, across the 50 to the 48, 1st and 10. He's going to go no huddle here. He likes that C-Jack is in this defense, and C-Jack is going to wisely go off sides. Instead of spending a timeout, give him the 5 yards and get in a defense that's more suited to face this formation, nickel normal, and it's going to be 1st and 5 for Bunsby.
Yeah, you're very right there. I mean, he had already given up the first down, so that 5-yard penalty does more for you to be able to keep your timeouts. But I got to ask you, B-Guard, on that special teams kickoff, wouldn't you rather put your 2nd string running back in at that position instead of your fullback?
I would. Leonard Fournette is the guy who I have in that spot. So if you kick it to him, it's still 92 speed, and he can break some tackles. So yeah, I would do that. But I don't know what kind of personnel that Bunsby has.
Okay.
But what I do like, but that Bunsby is doing on offense, is he is great defense right there from C-Jack, as we say, as he's motioning over that running back, and he's taking away C-Jack's user by putting somebody in the flat, because he knows that he's not guarding those flats, which leaves somebody open in the middle of the field. And I really like that from Bunsby.
Yeah, it's a great adjustment because he's looking for that ad catch to Kelsey. But like you said, if that's not there for whatever reason, at least he has the check down on that flat route, and it's an easy completion.
Yeah, right there. Ooh, risky pass. It's gonna be 4th and 5, and at the 43, I'm not sure that Bunsby can make this field goal, so I assume he's gonna go for it. This is a huge down right here.
Yeah, this is big right here. Coming out the empty quad, so obviously not going to run the football unless he runs it here with Patrick Mahomes. But I would see, I'm seeing Pacheco here if he does pass the football. But I'm seeing he's going to look for Pacheco. Other than that, a 4th and 5 play. This is a okay. He got it. That's a good call. Good call right there. I just swore he's going to try to go to Isaiah Pacheco on that play.
Yeah,
Pacheco has kind of been a decoy. Like, he motions him over, and he's way too deep. So he could throw it if he's playing him underneath. And he's going to hit to Kelsey, and Kelsey is going to aggressive catch, and he is going to take it in for the touchdown. You cannot play cover 0 against Bunsby when he's got these players. Now Kelsey is going to be lit up. He's going to be even harder to stop. It's going to be a 3-point game with 147 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's the sad thing, but the beauty of what we witnessed from Bunsby, because he's recognizing that those safeties are matched up against Pacheco and against Kelsey, and he's forcing C-Jack to decide if he's actually going to send 6 or if he's going to try to drop off and cover one of those 2 players in order to try to make a play. And we saw that Bunsby was able to burn him both times and get 6 on the board.
Bunsby's going to ag him. He's going to ag him most of the rest of this game, I think, in my opinion. When he gets back on offense, he's going to ag him all day.
Yeah, especially if he keeps coming out in that cover 0.
Yes,
First and 10 for C-Jack at the 30. Stretch to the right, and he's going to get maybe a yard. Going to be 2nd and 9 coming up.
Yeah, that was a nice adjustment by Bunsby. It's very important for C-Jack to get a minimum of 3 yards when he's running that stretch play, because it's going to set everything else up. But he's going to have to make some decisions here. Is he going to try to pass the ball, or is he going to continue to try to run maybe some of those trap plays out of shotgun in order to keep Bunsby from sending the heat?
Yeah, right now, C-Jack's doing a really good job of keeping the ball on the ground. We'll see how that goes as he switches the defense up back to 4-3-6-1. Going to send Wilson in motion just a little bit, and the lineman gets blown back, and it blows the run up. A loss of 2. 3rd and long coming up for C-Jack, and this is an interesting call because I don't think we've seen him in this situation yet where he's had to go 3rd and long. It's been 3rd and short consistently all game.
And I was of the mindset that he needs to start trying to run the 0-1 trap. He sure runs it right there, but they just blew that thing apart. That's fantastic defense there by the Chiefs.
Yeah, this is a huge play. And he caught a break there.
4th and 8 coming up. What is the play call here?
Punt it.
Does not
punt the football.
He does not have to call a play right now. He can wait till the 4th, so he can come out into play, see what Bunsby is going to come out in defense, and go from there. If he likes what he sees, he can snap it. If he doesn't, take it to the quarter, then assess from there. But I think I might punt this.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you're guaranteeing he ties the game.
Yeah, I just don't really like giving up the field position at this point. And I agree with you, B-Guard. It'd be an excellent strategy if he just kind of waits it out, if he doesn't like the look. But he decides to hike the ball. He's looking down the field. He goes deep.
He got him. Oh, my gosh.
Tyreek Hill.
Wow.
Again. Touchdown, his 3rd on the day.
Wow. Yeah, just a ballsy call right there. And, hey, look. This is how you win playoff games. I mean, sometimes you got to come out with, a call that you just don't think is going to happen. And he hiked the football. Guys, I did not think he was going to hike the football at all. I thought it was going to go down to the end of the quarter. And, you know what I mean? And then, like you said, B-Guard, assess it a little bit. And it's just a great surprise to see him do that. And now he's got a 10-point lead. Great job here by C-Jack.
Yeah, and it begs the question for Bunsby, I think C-Jack knew he was in press quarters, match coverage, knew it was going to be a one-on-one with Tyreek Hill, and knowing that no safety can stick with Tyreek Hill, that he recognized that and snapped the ball and knew he was going to get open. And if you're Bunsby, you have to mix it up a little bit. Am I right, fellas?
Yeah.
I mean, you're 100% right, but again, he is living on the edge, like Snipes said, and that's what's necessary. And you got to love it as we see him go up top to Kelsey, who catches it and comes down with it at the 14-yard line. That is not something that you want to happen after you just had a huge play on 4th down.
Aggie.
Got the ball to Tyreek Hill.
Call that man Aggie. That's what's going to happen for the rest of this game. Call him Aggie, Travis Aggie. There it is.
There we go. Nice. There's the breakup he's been looking for. And now, you have to consider double covering Kelsey the rest of the game.
Yes.
Make
Yes.
somebody else beat you. Make Valdez
Yeah.
Scantling beat you. Make Juju
Yes.
Smith-Schuster beat you. Like
Yep.
Kelsey cannot be the one to beat you. There's going to be another QB wrap, and he's going to be stopped at the line again. Still going to be 3rd and 10. Interesting play call here because a field goal does make it a one-score game.
Yeah, it definitely does. But, Snipes, I feel like you've been talking it into existence here on those QB runs, and we just hope that Buns B is able to hold on to the football. Otherwise, it's going to be GG's in the chat.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Play clock at 8. He snaps it, throws it to Valdez Scantling. 1st and goal at the 1. He's going to go hurry up. He's going to go QB draw, and it's going to get nothing. He's going to be stopped again at the 1. 2nd and goal coming up.
Hey, that's again. This is it's just so I'm so scared to make calls like that right there. You're just running the football, especially in moments like this, man, because this is the moments where they fumble the football. And I'm just so surprised to see Mahomes holding on to the football the way he is right now.
And he's going to throw it, and it's going to be open to random player number 46 for a touchdown. Great play fake. I think C-Jack thought it was going to be a pass, was on the safety, just didn't have the route. And it's going to be a 3-point game yet again for Buns B. But can Buns B get a stop here? And I'm going to be honest, fellas, you might call me crazy. I'm thinking about onside kicking right now.
Well,
and
I
that's
think
what
he
he's
heard
doing.
you. That's exactly what he's doing.
And by the way, that was their fourth. That was their 4th tight end.
Oh,
he's gonna hit it! My gosh!
Now, normally we reserve moments like this for Mr. V.A. Dimes himself, and we like to call it divine intervention. I gotta tell you right now, that was the one break that Buns B needed, and C-Jack is really gonna have to D up so that he can give himself a chance to win this game, because that was something that we didn't expect to happen. He didn't expect to happen, and Buns B made a huge play right there.
Yeah, and I didn't think he was going to recover it. I said maybe you should onside kick it so he has a shorter field to work with and he can't chew you out of the game. And Smith-Schuster yet again with the catch. He's going to be in field goal range inside the red zone at the 17. He's going to hurry up in this spread. You got to think that it's going to go to Kelsey or Smith-Schuster on this play. No, it's going to be a QB wrap, and he's going to get stuffed yet again. Wow. It's going to be 2nd and 10, 3:18 and counting left in this game. What a turn of events for Buns B.
This has been just a special situation here. I'm telling you. And again, I'm just going back to Patrick Mahomes holding on to the football like he is right now. This man was 64 carrying. So I would not think he would hold on to the football like this, but he's just holding on to that thing, and it's just giving him some great positioning in this game. And just like that, look at this, man. He's at least going to tie the ball game at this point.
Well,
and it's another QB wrap, and he's going to be down at the 10, 4th and 3 with 2:30 left. He could take this to the 2-minute warning. It looks like he is going to settle for 3 and tie the game. That is a huge win for C-Jack.
I am not a fan of that play call because, Buns B was able to actually get the first down and get the clock down to the 2-minute warning. And then he's putting all the pressure on C-Jack to have to be able to match that and use his timeouts. And so, he's got a great opportunity here. We got to see if C-Jack is willing to commit to the run game or if he's going to try to air it out and push the ball downfield.
If I'm Buns B, I'm okay with letting you get 3 yards of carry. The thing I'm not okay with is letting Tyreek Hill get behind my defense and scoring a touchdown. If you're going to give up a touchdown, you have to do it as quick as possible. Like, it has to be like right now that you give up that touchdown. It can't be with 30 seconds left and then you give the touchdown, because then now you're in desperation mode and you see a run from Mostert, and Mostert is going to get maybe a yard, not that. It's going to be a timeout for Kansas City. I don't like that timeout right there.
Yeah, you saw his user react to the potential of a play action pass, but B-Guard, it still hasn't hit the 2-minute warning yet. And I think he's really baiting C-Jack at this point. He really seems to be trying to force him to push the ball downfield. And he may be looking to make a big play.
Oh, and he's just out of the reach. 3rd and 10, and it has not hit the 2-minute warning. So C-Jack's in a lot of pressure here. You have to get the first down here, or I feel like the game is going to be over. Yeah. Unless you make another 4th down call. But this is a very pressure 3rd down. 2-minute warning has not hit. The clock is going to stop no matter what. So right here, you're going to see right off the edge, it's the linebacker is going to be blitzing. He's going to hit Jalen Waddle, and he drops it.
Wow.
4th and 10. This is for the game, and I think there's no doubt about it. C-Jack will go for it.
Yeah, he's got all of his timeouts. I don't know if I agree with him on this. I think you pretty much aren't going to give yourself an opportunity. I would much rather that he forces Bunsby to try to push the ball down the field because he's got the speed on defense. But if he doesn't get this 4th down here, this is game over.
Yeah, so right on that last play, he had Mostert open and maybe could have ran for the first down. It is now 4th down, and he's going to try it, and Gesicki is going to come down with it. First down for C-Jack. Big play right there. Gutsy performance so far for C-Jack.
This is huge. This is huge right there. That big 4th down play, that was impressive. That was impressive. And now, what do you do here if you see Jack? I mean, just like that, continue to run the football. You at least have overtime. You got to kind of look at it like that. But again, this is a guy that if you go for it on 4th down in your own territory, you got to think that, hey, he's going to continue to be aggressive at this point in the game to try to win this thing.
Yeah, this is what we wanted to see, though. We wanted to see C-Jack in these pressure situations, and so far he has been coming up big every single time that he's had to make a play out on the field. There's a lot to be proud of here.
Play action, and he's got Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle wide open, and he's going to sit, and he's going to go down at the 1. Great ball from C-Jack. Great play. 1st and goal coming right up. And now if you are Bunsby, you are looking at an early 1st round exit.
Wow.
I mean, you got to ask yourself, what did I do wrong? What could I have done differently? And honestly, I didn't know that Bunsby is really going to be able to answer that question. I mean, you have to really think about some of these plays that we saw from C-Jack. He put everything on the line. He gave everything that he possibly could out there. And, barring him missing this field goal, which we're assuming that he's going to kick, he played a hell of a game and gave everything he had. So, I mean, there's really not much that you can say.
Now, if I'm C-Jack, I'm going to kick the field goal. Like, I'm not even going to leave this up to chance. But it looks like he's going to go goal line right here. The hope is this doesn't take longer than 5 seconds, because we saw yesterday with the JB space game and that disaster that could have been for JB for not kicking at the 1. So we'll see what happens here. It is 2nd and goal. He is going to hand it off to Edmonds. Edmonds is going to get stopped. Timeout from C-Jack. And C-Jack is going to go smartly into the field goal. He's not going to be JB. And it looks like there's the timeout. Now, it's a pressure kick at the 1 yard line.
It is, but JB was lagging in that game the other day. So, he had a good
kick
reason.
Is up. And the kick is good. C-Jack comes away with the win over Bunsby. Would you guys call that an upset?
Yes. Absolutely, yes. I'm calling that an upset.
Yeah.
He goes into Kansas City. He lays it all out on the line, lives like there's no tomorrow, and it doesn't even matter that he won this game with 3. He made the big play to Jalen Waddle when it mattered the most, had some big throws and catches to Gesicki, and so he deserved this win. And I mean, what else can you say? He finally got over the hump.
Yep. Look good.
He
Look
did.
good.
And good for him, because that was always the question about C-Jack is you have a great regular season, but you always come up short in the playoffs. This is a big win against Bunsby, who is a dark horse to go to the Super Bowl. I thought he was playing like the best when I played him. That was early in the season. I thought he was one of the better players in the AFC. He would have been my pick to come out of the AFC, but now he's out in the wild card round. C-Jack moving on to, I assume, more than likely going to face Diggs in the divisional round,
Yeah.
unless Dimes beats Woody, and then he would be playing probably be playing the Colts in MP. So it remains to be seen what happens with these games. I assume, MP is going to be. I assume he's going to be playing MP. That's my pick. I'm picking Dimes to win the Woody game.
Oh wow. You're just gonna just start firing shots off this early. I'm telling you right now, man, every single matchup that you just laid out there is going to be a hell game. It is going to be must-see TV. And these playoffs just keep getting better and better. You know, shout out to Buns being the Kansas City Chiefs. I know they don't want to hear it. They definitely had a great season. You know, they hosted a playoff game, and you know, it came all the way down to the wire. But I mean, look, these are the type of games that we should expect to see in the playoffs. There shouldn't be any blowouts. It should come down to clutch play calling, big plays on the field, and that's what we got tonight.
Yeah, and the difference in the game was third down conversions for Miami, 3. Kansas City, 1. Fourth down conversions, 3 for Miami, 1 for Kansas City. That's where the game was won and lost, on third and fourth down, when C-Jack needed to move the chains. Like in that last one, when he needed to move the chains, got it to Gesicki, got it to Tyreek Hill. Like, he played a very, very, very good game of football. Offensively, he was great. Defensively, I felt like he did just enough to keep Bunsby far enough away for him to comfortably win this game. If it wasn't for an onside kick, I don't think we're talking about how close this game was, because I felt like C-Jack was the better player the whole time.
Yeah, you know, it's possible that could have happened, because you're right. That onside kick, it could have been huge. Bunsby was not able to capitalize on it the way that we thought he might. And you're talking about those type of decisions that really put yourself in opportunities to win the game. And C-Jack was the one who was successful taking those kind of risks, executing, coming up with the plays, and pulling out the victory. So, yeah, I mean, there's just really nothing that you can say that Bunsby, you know, should have done a little bit differently. And there's nothing that C-Jack really could have done differently. It was just a hell of a game, and C-Jack just came out on top.
I think Brian James fell asleep.
I think he did too. This stream is going to be going forever.
Yeah.
So the next game, who's we got up next?
Wow. So let's see. So we're going to be coming back at
6 o'clock game, right?
Yeah.
6 o'clock
Pacific. We got 2 games. We got a 6 o'clock game and we got a 7 o'clock game. So that matchup that you were talking about, B-Guard, that matchup between VA Dimes and Woody, that's happening tonight. Okay, that is going to be happening tonight. So we're going to get a chance to see that game tonight. Now, in terms of the other game, and I don't know what your schedule is because you still don't want to miss it, it's still going to be a burner.
Illuminati, right?
That's right. It's going to be Illuminati going up against Trade for Life. Okay,
now, so that's going to be the last
Packers
game,
and the Commanders going. Yeah, so
that's the last game of the playoff round, right? And when we move into
the last game of the first round, so we're going to be wrapping up the first round, the wild card round for the Madden Underground Pro League tonight. We got